April 24th meeting of the New Ulm Human Rights Commission. We're going to change the order of the agenda and welcome Trisha Homan from Ivy House. Did you have anything you wanted to say, or did you? Yeah. Okay. Perfect. So if you just want to.
So I'm here just to tell you a little bit about Ivy House. I know we visited you guys about a year ago, so I just wanted to come as the executive director. Last time was Michelle Markgraf. She was the interim director, and now I was hired in July as the director. And then I have Jess Lehman here. She is one of our family advocates and is pretty much the crisis line coordinator, is almost always on the crisis line. So she runs that 24/7 almost. So she is very key to our operations at Ivy House. So Ivy House, what we are a 24/7 crisis nursery located here in New Ulm. We are one of a kind. We are actually the only in-home direct care crisis nursery in the state of Minnesota. So that means we care for the kids in our home. We are set up very much like a home. We have a kitchen, living room, toy room, bedrooms. And we did that on purpose to have it be a very comfortable setting for children that come to us. We have children come to us for many reasons. Most people think of that emergency crisis, which we do a lot of, but we also do pretty basic type
recently,
care.
a lot of medical care.
Yeah, if parents
Single moms having surgeries, we've been doing a lot of respite care for their kiddos.
Yes, so we have a mom who had surgery and she needed just some extra time to recover. So we had her kiddos with us for up to 72 hours. So we'll take kids from 2 to 72 hours. A job interview, we work with New Miss House a lot. So those moms, they don't have childcare set up and they need to go on a job interview. Well, that's where we can step in, provide care for their child so they can go on a job interview. So we do lots of different care for children. We work a lot with the county. We do 72-hour holds. So if a child is removed from their home and they need a little bit of time to find a foster care for them, they can come to Ivy House and we'll care for them for up to 72 hours. A child can just be dropped off. We provide everything they need while they stay with us. We have clothing, diapers, food, basically anything they need we'll provide. And we provide that beyond our care. So we have a family advocacy program. If a family needs diapers, wipes, clothing for their child, winter gear, we'll take from our inventory and pass along to our families that are struggling. That's what I think makes us pretty unique too, because we just don't offer the childcare and send them on their way. We want to make sure we're supporting our families and setting them up to succeed in the community.
We can help them with finding housing if they need it, getting their children set up with the SEED program is a connection we've been doing quite a bit lately. Helping with housing and gas cards, so some different referrals, getting their children screened for different speech, behavioral, OT, different things that may be needed.
Yeah, and we also, in our family advocacy program, we do a lot of working with the families, like Jess said. So we like to connect with other resources in the community to make sure they're getting additional help. I mean, New Ulm is fantastic. We have the Blessed Bottoms diapers. We have the Clothing Depot. We have lots of different pretty awesome
Laundry.
the Laundry of Love, and they are awesome. They'll give us gift cards to gift to our families. Yeah, and we run a 1-to-3 ratio, so it's pretty direct care. So it's one provider to every 3 kids, and we can take up to 6. So kids absolutely love coming to our house, and I think it's because they get that really good attention from our childcare providers. And we are licensed through DHS, the state of Minnesota. So anyone who works with us is background checked, fingerprinted, and we do ongoing training to train them in trauma-informed care, ACEs, just because we have a wide range of kids that come to our house. So we want to make sure we're knowledgeable on how to take care of them. Miss anything?
No, I think you did great.
And we are a nonprofit, so we are funded solely on grants, donations, and fundraising. So we don't receive any sort of government funds at all. So we have a great support in New Ulm that helps us out.
That sounds like really amazing work that you guys do.
It is. I came to Ivy House, I've always known what we were, and then I started here in July, and it's been pretty eye-opening to the struggles people have in our own community. So it's pretty awesome that we're here to support families and help them through their crisis or stressful times.
And I started 5 years ago, and we started with about 5 to 10 crisis calls a month, and we are upwards almost 60 a month right now is where we're at with growth. We right now have surpassed our care so far this year from January to now of what we did for total care last year. So we are getting a lot of referrals, we are growing, and well, if you know any volunteers, we could use them coming our way too.
Yeah, and I think one of the things when they started Ivy House was, can New Ulm support something like that? Do people in our community really need a crisis nursery? And the answer is yes. We last year served 54 different families, which was 96 different kids. We'll beat that this year. We're already on track to beat those numbers. In 2021, from 21 to 22, we doubled our numbers, so, which is great. Families are getting passed on as us as a resource, and they're finding out about us, and we're able to help them. So it's been a wild ride. I was in my interview. They said we'll go through quiet lulls where we won't have any kids in the house, and I was like, is the lull gonna happen? So it's been really busy, but like I said, we're just grateful and humble that we get to help families in that capacity in our own community.
Awesome.
I just wonder, as the town's demographic is changing and stuff, do you guys have funding, or would you guys be interested in doing trainings for like culturally responsive care, things like that, or is that something you already do, or something we could support you in?
We could definitely use
Yeah.
more help.
Yeah.
We do a cultural training with our staff, and also with our incoming calls on the crisis line, we ask cultural specific care needs, and then we also do that in our intake process, but we could always benefit from more training.
Absolutely.
With being a predominantly white area, we could always benefit from more.
So something we could keep
Yeah.
in mind and as we're planning.
Yeah, we could definitely include you guys as we're planning. Like we had, and I feel bad because they did come and we kind of just let it. I didn't think to invite them when we had our diversity training, so I apologize. But going forward, we definitely can keep you on the list.
Yes,
because that'd be a good
Isn't that-
collaboration for
yeah,
sure.
absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, we would love that.
Yeah. Does anybody else have any other questions?
Any other things that we as a board can do to support you guys?
Put the word out.
Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
that, Casey, you're at the school. If you can, we are a level 0 facility, so we can't handle all of the behavioral needs of children doesn't mean that we can't use them, or they can't utilize our services with high behaviors, but that doesn't mean that we can't reevaluate in the future. And just because children have high behaviors at school doesn't necessarily mean that they would have them one-to-one with us. So when we have children that are referred to us or they're calling us with higher needs, we look at that, we ask for a release of information, we talk to different people to see if we're able to care for them. If we're not able to, we try to hook them up with like seeds or different things. And then we look to reevaluate and follow along with them, talk to moms, see if we can still support the family, even if we can't take the children in. So that's something that we try and work on being able to do for the future, even if we can't care for them immediately.
Yeah, or like donation drives are great for us too. I mean, anything you can think that you use in your own home we're using in our home. The laundry detergent, the dish soap, the toothpaste, toothbrushes,
Size 6, 7 diapers. Size 7 are a big one for us.
Yeah,
we don't get a lot
we
of
get a
bigger ones.
lot of toddlers, and I mean, if they need clothes, we'll take our clothes and give them to our families. So even if you are interested, reach out to us and ask what our needs are, and we'll let you know. But any community support is always welcomed.
Yeah, we will definitely keep that in mind and have your contact information. And yeah, it sounds like really amazing work. And I appreciate you guys coming in and giving us a overview of everything you do. And we definitely is a good way to collaborate with the community, with us and you guys. So that's perfect.
Yeah, perfect. Well, thank you so much for having us. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
And we care for kiddos as long as there's an emergency contact within 2 hours.
Yes.
Okay.
So we
Yes.
do sometimes take kiddos from the cities, but majority of it is local.
It's Brown County, yeah. So that's kind of what makes Ivy Houses unique too, is Minneapolis, they have a crisis nursery, but they only serve Hennepin County residents, where we will serve any child that has emergency contact 2 hours away. So, yeah, it's a really unique little thing, and hopefully other communities catch on and create their own Ivy houses because it's needed.
Yes.
Sounds like it. Yeah. All right. Thank you very much.
guys.
Thank you.
All right. So then I'll move back up to number 2, approval of minutes from the 327 meeting. If you guys just want to review the minutes and let me know if there's any changes or questions. Thanks, guys. No questions or comments? Okay. I would entertain a motion to approve the minutes from 327.
I would make a motion to approve the minutes from 327 meeting.
We have a second.
I will second that.
All right. All approve, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. All right, moving on to budget report. So first thing is our budget for this year, 2023. So we still have 100% of our budget. We did not receive any entries for the poster and essay contest, so therefore we do not have any prizes to award. And then we will have some expenses coming up here with the events. We'll talk about with the events committee, but we don't have anything else. Are there any questions on the budget?
Just something to, and maybe we can talk about this as we get down to the events too, but we ordered stuff with that newer logo.
Yep.
So we need to look at if we want to order some more stuff with the other logo, because there was that whole thing.
Because
with
we
the logo,
decided to go back
so
to the original logo. So yeah, we'll
That
have
would
to
be
talk about
something,
that.
because we have a bunch of brochures and stuff now with that other logo on it, so that would dip into the budget.
Okay.
But the signs do have our current logo
Okay.
on
And
them.
are those paid for?
The signs are paid
Okay.
for and they are here.
Okay, perfect. All right. Okay, and then the second part is the budget request for 2024. We need to review that. It's not due to submit until June 30th, but we'll just review it now, and then if anybody has any questions, and then we can make updates, bring it to the next meeting as well. Mine is not coming up.
Neither's mine.
You have to click on like the link in it.
It's not coming up.
I have it on
Do you?
mine.
Okay. We did make a change. So previously there was two line items for educational expenses and fees. So one was fees for educational purposes, for like any conferences or education that we go to as a committee, and then fees for travel expenses. So we actually put those into one line and then lessen the amount by a little bit, just because we hadn't used it in the past couple of years. That doesn't mean we won't use it next year, but just kind of ask for a little bit less for that and put it on one line. So that was the only change from previous years. But with the total requested will be $8,500. Does anybody have any questions? No? Okay. We can revisit that at the next meeting as well. And then on to events committee. So first, on the events committee report is a summary of the human rights ceremony, which was April 11th. Does anybody want to summarize that? Otherwise I can. I think it went really well. We picked a separate night other than the regular meeting night to do it. So it was April 11th. We got a room at the community center. We had a really good turnout, I feel like, for the kids. We had a little bit of a snack, just a real quick, some comments were made by their advisor, then the leader of the group spoke, and then we did pictures and had refreshments, and the newspaper came and talked to them and did an interview, and it was in the paper, so I think it went
personally
really well.
liked that compared to when we've done it after the meetings. It felt like more of a celebration for the
I was
award.
gonna say the exact same
So-
thing. It makes it feel more like just about that.
Yeah, I
It's-
would agree.
I would like
Yeah, I
to
like
continue
that.
that moving forward.
Yeah, I think it was a really nice night for the recipient. I think to continue that would be great for the future recipients. So then Bavarian Blast Parade, so we're starting to plan for the summer events. So the Bavarian Blast Parade is Sunday, July 23rd. We have to register by June 30th. In previous years, we haven't had great turnout for the parade. And we've struggled with just having enough people to hand out candy and signs and brochures and stuff.
But we do get a lot of
We do get a lot of
feedback from
yeah.
the group.
Yeah, so it's
it
a
would
good
be
event
cool.
for us to be present for. So if we could just kind of work on planning a little bit, so we make sure we have enough people to register for the to go, and then we can register for the event. Does anybody have any questions about participation? People who haven't gone before, been here before. So it's basically just the Bavarian Blast Parade. We get a vehicle. We hand out our signs. We hand out candy. We hand out brochures.
Chad's gonna skateboard. I'm gonna rollerblade. That's what he
The
said.
more people we have, the easier it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, and-
Student commissioners are required to attend.
And like Casey said, it's a really good event to just get out there in the public and kind of share who we are, that we're part of New Ulm, the city of New Ulm, kind of what we do. So it's a really good event for the commission. Do we want to discuss further? Do we want a motion to register for the parade? Do we want to hold it till next month? We have till June 30th, so.
I was gonna say, since we have till June 30th, I would wait till next month to make the commitment.
Okay.
And if everybody could check their schedule, because I mean, if only two of us can do it, it's not gonna work.
Okay.
So we need to have enough bodies.
Do we need a motion to table it, or just table it?
I think we can just
Okay, we can just table it then till the next meeting, and then we can discuss and decide what we're gonna do. And then National Night Out is July 31st. Lisa did confirm that there is a National Night Out this year. There is no registration required. I just have to let her know if we're gonna go. So it's basically just a table. And we have done just kind of some of the same materials at the table, and it's from 5:30 to 8:30 p.m. Any questions, comments about that?
I will say last year we had kind of a, we had what, 4 people? 3 people? It might be kind of nice to do 2 shifts because I like to go with my kids too. So maybe if we
Yep.
could do 2 different shifts and have someone do an early shift and an after shift
And
would be kind of nice.
I think NNO was really well attended, especially considering it was drizzling.
Yeah.
But there were a lot of people there. So, I mean, I think, again, it's a good place for us to be.
Do we want to table that as well to next meeting, or make a decision today? Do we have a motion? Otherwise, we can table it and kind of everybody can look at their schedules for these, and then we can come back to it. Okay,
Let's look at schedules, yeah.
perfect. And then, so same Brown County Fair, so that's August 9th through the 13th. There's fair booth in the registration form. We have time for this as well, not due till July 1st. So in the past, we've had a booth that we have staffed throughout the evening. We kind of last year decreased the hours that we staffed it, just because we wanted it during the high traffic hours, and then when it was less traffic, we didn't have. I think that worked really well.
Yeah,
It's really hard to staff a booth the entire time.
yeah, I think we knocked off a couple hours early in the evening and,
And after the demo derby.
Yeah.
yeah, because
So-
after that, there's just not much traffic.
Yeah, so it's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then we just have to register. And then we'd set up a sign up so that people could sit in the booth. So we'll just, for all of the events in the summer, we'll just table it till next month, and then everybody can kind of double check their schedules and let us know what they can be at, and then we can make some decisions.
Specifically for the fair, do you think it would be a good idea to maybe set up like a schedule that we can all kind of take a look at collectively to, so that we're not all looking at the same day and saying like, yep, I can be there.
Yeah.
We did that last time.
Yeah.
Excel spreadsheet, I think someone had.
Yeah, it was a Google Doc.
I did it last time, Google Talks, because then everybody can see it and put stuff in it, and you don't have to be going back and forth.
Okay.
It worked good.
Yes.
Excuse me, worked well.
And we kind of did, if somebody couldn't be there, we wouldn't have the booth open in that time frame. So. Any other questions about the events? All right, then we're down to number 5, current human rights issues. Does anybody have any that they'd like to discuss or bring forward? Okay, legislative update. I do not have any updates for the legislative update for this month. Does anybody else have anything? Okay, and then number 7, city council liaison, Ally is our April to June liaison. Anything?
Nothing to report.
Okay. All right, thank you. And then other business was Ivy House, so we had moved that up to the beginning. And then date of next meeting is Monday, May 22nd. So I guess with that, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
I would make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Do we have a second?
I will second that.
All right, all in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. All right, this meeting is adjourned.